biological activity and chemical concentrations. The 2006 study included 11 background stations, which were upstream of Croton Point, kind of reaching from the pink line here upstream to Croton Point. The station selection was based on the results of the 97 and the 2004 investigations, as well as some supplemental material that was available from a regional study that was done in 2000 and 2001. The 2006 investigation was designed on two parts. One is to look at various lines of evidence with which we could evaluate potential impacts to the benthic community, and the second question was to take a look deeper and see how deep the sediment the sediment contamination and the metals may have extended into the sediment. The lines of evidence that were used for the comparison of the metals concentrations included the following. We looked at predictors of toxicity to benthic organisms, such as immobilizers that typically bind metal into the sediment, as well as looking at pore water within the sediment itself. We also evaluated indicators of toxicity by looking at sediment bioassays using laboratory reared organisms that were placed into the sediment, as well as looking at benthic community composition. We also looked at the bioaccumulation of potential metals with the collection and analysis of clams that we were able to retrieve from the river bottom. Each of these lines of evidence will be discussed a little bit further in the future slides. These photos help show some of the work that was done out there. The work that was done was using the barge up top. I think I'm probably one of those folks out there. The tripod up top is a coring device that allows us to penetrate deeper into the sediment and collect the cores down to about 10 feet. The photo number 2 is the retrieval of one of those cores. That's a shorter core that was collected from the sediment. And then photos 3 and 4 show the processing of the sediment samples prior to submittal to the lab for chemical and biological analysis. In terms of the biological sampling, like I said before, the sediments were collected from 0 to 6 inch, and were typically they were sieved in a